Hello, you are tuned into the Black Nation of Israel. I took a trip. I took a trip to South Dallas one day because I live in Dallas, Texas. I took a trip in South Dallas, and this is the honest truth here. This is how I know, before I go any further, this is how I know that Section 8 women who is on welfare and getting government checks only want thugs and gangsters or wannabe gangsters or rappers or wannabe rappers who wear their pants down low. This is how I know, because I took a trip down in South Dallas one day, and I was down there doing some shopping. And the women down there, between the ages of 30 on down, between the ages of 30 on down to 20, and sometimes you've seen 17 teens with their teenage boyfriends the same way. But I'm focusing on the 30-year-old to the 20-year-olds, is that the only men who they got, the only men who they had around them was men who was sagging and wearing their pants down low. And wearing what you call those bandanas and do-rags in the head, just like the rappers do. Those are the only men. Those are the only men who they had around them. They didn't have no men who just got off of work, making an honest wage, honest an honest work day to make a living. You know, they didn't have the men who put in an 8-hour shift or a 12-hour shift. On a good job. They had the men who were street thugs, men who sold dope, or even if they not selling dope, they had the potential to sell dope. You know. And then I even go into a lesser violent neighborhood like Oak Cliff. It's the same way. It's the same way. The men who was they wanted the Section 8 women who were living in single households. The only men who they had was men who they wear their pants down low. Or even if they don't wear their pants down low, you know, they wasn't working. But they was into some drug activity. Because the reason how I know is because when cars pull up, and they leave off, that's how you know. that they into drug activity. Many cars pull up, traffic going in and out, you see. And then you don't never see them in a uniform going to work every day. That's another way of knowing that the men who they get is not working. So these are the men who they pick. Men who is into drug activity and selling dope and thuggish activity. And these are the men who they make babies by. And this is in Section 8. These are the men who they have children by, you see. These are the men who they have children by. In the Section 8 and public housing. They don't want the men who work 8 hours a day or 12 hours a day. Now some of them do. But most women don't. They would prefer that thuggish, they got that thuggish nigga, that the guy who is into thug and drug behavior, the drug criminality, the one who is into selling dope. Though that's the man who they have on the side, in the back, you see. And some of them even allow them to sell dope inside of their apartment so they can have extra money on their income, extra money beside the child support, you see. And this is what's going on in the hood, in the ghettos, and this is what's bringing the community down. This is why I say single women, black women, are contributors to the black community of falling down. They are contributors to the black community, are contributors to the end, falling down of the black community. You see. Okay, this is the end of the video. This is all I wanted to share. And you're welcome to comment. Peace.